everybody. How you doing? Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had a good one. I'm sure some of you are still feeling the effects of probably a smashing New Year's Eve. You youngsters, it gets harder when you get older, trust me. But I hope you had a great end to 24. And of course, here we are, 25, and we are just 2 days away from starting this thing, the Arena Cross World Tour. So we can't wait for that. Final night home. I'm traveling up to Birmingham tomorrow. Got a load of media to do. So we hope to see some of you there. Tickets are still available, by the way. So don't think that you might be too late to go. You can still get tickets from the actual BP Pulse Arena, but also from our website. If you go to axworldtour.com and you'll see tickets top right and at the bottom center. So just click on that, get yourself a ticket and get there so you can watch this man. Let's bring him in. It seems very apt that before this is the last one of these AX extras we do before the series actually starts. We will be doing quite a few of these in the weeks between each round, but it seems very apt. And so it should be that we do the final one with the champ. There he is, Mr. Jack Brunell. How you doing, Jack?
Good, thanks, Jeff. All good.
Oh, there you go. Let's bring him in. The champ is in the house, Mr. Jack Brunell. Before we get going, we've just been on a Teams meeting with all the pro riders discussing all the, all the technical side of it, rules and regulations and all that. And then we just hooked on air and you just spun the camera around and showed me this is what happens when you win an Arena Cross title. Jack, just show everybody your trophy, as it were, for winning the Arena Cross Championship. Look at that. That is pretty darn cool. And you got your 10 years up there as well, I notice. I've got mine over the shoulder. That shoulder, always do that the wrong way. There you go. Because you've been in there from the start and you finally got it done last year. Amazing.
Yeah.
Look at you all corporate as well with your Stark Future shirt on. Loving it.
Yeah, they like us being smart, especially Seb. Seb always likes us being smart.
So you should be. You're you're obviously a brand. Listen, anybody got any questions for Jack? Fire on him. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, just write on the comments and it pops up on my screen here. If you're watching on Instagram, I can't bring them up on the screen, but I can go onto another tab and read the comments. Okay. So before we get going, Jack, it's been 24 started. I mean, let's go back to the very beginning of 24. Manchester last year. You and I shared a moment. We shared a genuine moment. You'd been chasing down a final victory, let alone a championship victory, for so long, and it came last year at round one. I was the first rider in your line of sight when you parked up, and oh, mate, brought a tear to my eye because I know everything you've been to get to that point. What a way to start 24. Can you remember that moment well?
Yeah, that's probably, like you said, one of the best races of my career, to be fair. Like you said, the emotions. Didn't know where I was going to be at first time I'd actually raced with the team. Hadn't really had much time on the bike either. So, didn't really know where we was at. I felt really good on the bike, but hadn't been riding with anyone else, just obviously the start guys. So, coming into the championship, I know that I'm really good on the Arena Cross side of racing. So that was a plus for me. And like you said, loads of stuff happened that night and ended up getting an okay start behind Harry, overtook him and ended up winning. The race went really, really quick. And then, like you said, just at the end, like, you put a lot of effort into this, a lot of time, years and years of racing Supercross all over, obviously in Europe, going with my dad and my brother and obviously Jason Snedden. So, for it all just to come in one race, like the year before, I really thought I had a race win, but obviously crashed at the first round. And ended up getting third at every single race. Like, I could have probably won at Wembley, but like I said, it was the first year I'd actually raced again since my dad passed away, obviously because of COVID. So, that night I felt really good, but just got completely exhausted in the final. Just, I think all the emotions and that just come up on me. So to win Manchester was obviously a shock to the team and for everyone, but I knew that I knew I was going to be good. So that obviously started the championship off amazing, and then brought some really good publicity and stuff back for the team. So it was great.
Does it? It's easy to say in hindsight. It always is. Did it feel different? There were so many things that were different. All of a sudden, you've ridden for some great teams, and you've had some good backing down the years. By that, I meant personal relationships, some great private sponsors behind you. and you've ridden for some good teams. But this was the first time last year that you were riding for a factory team as such, and of course you were riding an electric bike. So I guess it did feel different. But what I mean by that is, throughout the season or the championship as it went on, did it just feel different? Did you just have that kind of feeling that you knew you were going to do, not necessarily win it, but you were going to potentially do better than you've ever done?
Well, I knew I was going to be strong coming into it. Obviously, we raced at Bolesworth a few months before that, and I was on the Fast Husqvarna team then, and I felt really, really strong on that. And like you said, I took a chance, went on the electric bike, and felt comfortable straight away. Wasn't the fastest, but I felt comfortable, and I knew that's all I needed to feel was comfortable, and the speed would come. So yeah, just put some time on the bike, not as much as I wanted to, obviously before Arena Cross, but managed to have a fair few hours on it, and then yeah, like I said, winning the first race in Manchester just started the season off great. And like you said, with the team, give everyone a boost because obviously no one knew where we was going to be at. So at least we knew we was in the hunt, because there's a big obviously chance for me to try and win, but it's a big risk for me to go to electric bike. So yeah, really, really happy that it paid off. And obviously that Seb gave me the opportunity to come and race for them.
Winning is for you was obviously 10 years in the making. So that's an incredible story and justifiably earned. What about the team? I mean, like you say, because you were new on the team effectively. It was all a little bit last minute to a degree, getting signed up with the team and getting ready for Arena Cross. You come out, you won at round one, that you said was maybe more of a shock for you as much as it was for the team. But I don't get to see you guys once racing gets going on an evening because I'm out there hosting a show. But what I have seen of the team is already it's an incredibly tight team, obviously ultra professional, and it looks like you've just slotted like seamlessly straight in there. Like even though you're not down in Spain all the time or whatever, it seems to be going really well.
Yeah, it was really good. Like you said, Seb gave me the opportunity. I went and tested the bike, flew out there with my brother, tested it, and said, yeah, straight away. Obviously, I want that opportunity. I want to take it, and we'll go from there. But the guys didn't know who I was. They didn't really know who I was. Like I'd walk obviously in the factory and at the top stairs. Obviously, Justin Bogle's a huge name.
Yeah.
Obviously, massive name. You've got Jorge Zaragoza, another huge name, and obviously Eddie was the '85 World European Champion. So for me, they just thought I was obviously just coming in as just an extra rider, I think. And like I said, I done Arena Cross for a few years. I know how it all works, and I love the tracks that obviously that Alfie and Justin build. That's the biggest thing that obviously that makes me comfortable on the track. So I feel good on them. So on that side of it, there was no pressure on me at all. I just had to go and ride. That was it. And obviously my own goal, I didn't know where I was at, so I was just going that evening just to race and do the best I can. Like every time I race, I'll try as hard as I can. If I win, I win. If I don't, I'm not fast enough that night. So that's the attitude I had coming into round one. So yeah, for me to win, like you said, coming across the start line, obviously it's taken a long time, but was a shock to me because it was easy. It felt too easy. So yeah, and for the guys itself, I think there was a bit of bad press leading up to it for the start. So yeah, just to get all that cleared away and obviously show that we were there ready to fight for a championship. That was the main goal.
Well, I got to ask this: where you got the bike hanging from the ceiling? Where's the was it a gold?
There's
I
a
can't remember
golden
the
axe.
axe.
Yeah, it's up there. It's next to it.
Oh, I didn't see it when it was up there. What can remind you? Is it gold? Is it what is it? Platinum?
It's so they brought out like every year. I think they bring out like a trail thing. So they brought out a trail axe. So I actually bought one of them with my race number 155 in it. So I actually bought it, and it got stuck in customs. So it took a while to come. But obviously in Wembley he gave me a golden one, and Seb said I think there's only I've got a golden one, and I think there was one more made.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm guessing that Anton had the other one. So yeah, it's amazing what they've done. And like I said, I just had a little joke with Seb and said, look, obviously these factory guys, they get to keep their championship bikes. And then I think it must have been in maybe June, we swapped the bike over just because I just had a practice bike. So they gave me my old race bike from Arena Cross, and in that same obviously crate that turned up was another brand new championship winning bike engraved in
So
it.
cool.
Yeah,
Well
it's so
earned.
cool. Like you said, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So you've had a year pretty much 10 months or more to sort of digest being the champion. It's a long wait to then get round to it to go again and defend that title. So now you are champion. Do you feel any different coming into this year's championship, knowing that you number one, you got the target on your back, you're the one that people want to beat? Does it feel like that, or are you more relaxed than ever?
No, just listen. I go to the races to have fun. Like I said, I have a full-time job. I race because I enjoy it. There's no pressure from me. There's no pressure from the team. Obviously, we know we can win. I've had a whole year on the bike rather than just like a couple of months. So coming into this year, I think we're going to be a hell of a lot stronger. But then I think some of the other boys are going to be stronger. Comrade's been unstoppable in the motocross
Yeah,
season, racing Jeffrey. So to be anywhere near him, and I beat him. Like I said, he's an athlete. I just do it as a hobby. But he is a natural athlete for the sport, and he's really good to see him. Obviously, he put so much effort in investing in himself. Like he goes to Spain and invests in himself rather than moaning about the weather here. He goes and invests. So that's what I've tried to do. Like I said, I just come back from Spain and spent 4 or 5 days out there riding just before this season, just because I didn't know how the weather was going to be. So spent a couple of days at the start track, went to another track, Golf MX, and then ended up at Red Sands, the track that Alfie and Justin built for everyone to practice for the arena cross. So yeah, just trying to do as much as I can, ready for the racing to start obviously this weekend.
yeah. It's going to be, I think it is the strongest lineup ever. Regards of having Dean Wilson come over, for example. I mean,
Yeah,
it was a long time ago, but he's an AMA champion. Outdoors, admittedly, and all that experience with Supercross. Subaras, okay, Sub's coming in, a little bit injured, as is Dean and whatever, but it does feel like we're on the cusp of something bigger, which is what Matt said. You and I had this conversation before. Arena cross has been kind of, in the UK for the last 10 years, and it kind of plateaued regards of where do you take it. And Matt's decided to not knock it on the head and actually take it to a new level. So how excited are you, albeit towards the end of your career? And I mean, I know you won't take that in a bad way, because that's facts. That's reality. You're not getting any younger, So, but you must be very proud to be the current arena cross champion, particularly where we're heading now with a world tour. And how excited are you about that?
yeah, definitely. Like you said, the lineup is getting stronger and stronger. The youth lineup is hopefully getting stronger and stronger because, like I said, there was only 3 or 4 of us that used to race Supercross for years all over Europe. No one else would do it. So, I mean, this is where the money's at the end of the day. It's where the teams are at, and like worth getting a ride. So, I've always stuck by Arena Cross. I've always stuck by Matt. Obviously, the series has been growing. It's got unbelievable. Like you see, like last year was probably the best year it's ever been. And for him to obviously take it overseas to Abu Dhabi, I was there on a family holiday before Christmas in November, and yeah, the place I went actually to Yas Island to go and see the stadium. Yes, it's different. It's unbelievable. It's going to be great for everyone in the UK to go out there and race. An opportunity of a lifetime, really. Like if I was a kid, that's what I would be wanting to do. You know what I mean? It's like it's just as good as going to America to race the AMAs, but obviously you're on the youth level, so yeah, for me, going out there, that's going to be a great experience. Great for everyone to go out there, and yeah, really, I can't wait for the series to start on the weekend.
I know. I just know you're going to be around arena cross for quite a while yet. And, regardless of even when the time comes to, to hang up your boots and lid, which is not anytime soon. But I'm just saying, because you've lived it and you've decided to go down the route and understand the values of what it can bring, particularly to British motocross. I'm sure there's going to be a good ambassador role for you, regards with AX. I'm putting words in Batesy's mouth here, but I'm sure he'd probably offer you something like that. And certainly, I'm sure with the guys at Start, keep doing what you're doing. So listen, mate, we really appreciate your time giving it up, because, I'm sure you're trying not to think too much about Saturday, but at the same time, it's hard not to. So what's the plan for the rest of the evening? Just kick back now, get ready,
Yeah,
and I guess you're
kids,
traveling. Yeah.
The three kids, they're in bed, so I get a couple of hours to ourselves tonight, me and my wife. So it's nice to get them into bed early, tidy up the house because it's chaos. Like I said, I'm in the like their playroom. I had to tidy it all
Yeah,
up, quickly rush
yeah.
down and tidy it up so I could sit in here ready to show you guys the bike. So yeah, just have a chill for tonight. I was going to work tomorrow, but I'm actually not going to work now. Just going to have tomorrow off. Go and get the boys' haircuts because they're going to be coming up to watch. So yeah, just excited for it to start. Really, can't wait. Uh, Everything's all ready. The guys have got the team are on the way over as we speak. To be fair, they'll be there tomorrow, like you said, at 5 o'clock, ready to get everything set up. The bike was all done. I left. The bike was there when I left, so they was getting all that stuff done. So yeah, excited to show everyone the new race bike. Obviously, all the new kits and that we're wearing. So yeah, we're coming in really hot this year, and we're gonna be looking good. So as long as you look good, we feel good. And at the minute, I feel really good on the bike. So just need to try and take that into the weekend. Like you said, you got a lot of strong guys coming to this first round for the world tour. A lot of strong guys. So just got to keep my head. I know I can be with them. Like you said, Dean's going to be really, really good. Tommy's going to be unbelievable, and I'm sure all the other guys are going to step up because a lot of people are putting in a lot of hard work, ready for the races. So it's going to be good to see where everyone's at, and yeah, I'm excited to race and battle.
Well, we're certainly excited about it. I've just done a couple of things right at the end as we sign off. There you go, Andrew Townrow. Is that yeah? Funny you should ask that. Are we live streaming? And Mike from the US of A. There you go, Mike. Cool, Mike. I can tell you that yes, and Andrew, I've just been given the green light. Literally, while we've been doing this with Jack, my phone's been popping away to tell me that we are going to be announcing tonight. Press release is going to go out that we are going to be live streaming the entire tour. So that's particularly cool, and I think we're going to try and step up the production of that somewhat. So yeah, and there you go, Andrew. It is going to be live stream, but that's not to say if you're in the area, and Jack will back me up on this. Obviously, the live stream shows the race in it, but you can't actually beat the atmosphere of going, and that's not just me trying to sell tickets.
Not.
Jack, sell it for me because watching it on live stream is one thing, but explain what it's actually like.
Like I said, I've raced all over Europe. I've done the World Supercross a few times, been to America, done the AMAs. But as a show itself, the show that Arena Cross put on is by far the best show that you'll ever go to as a motorsports. I can hands down say it is. They do put on a great event, a great show, and the stadiums are unbelievable. Everyone gets behind you. Like you said, it's going to be UK against the Europeans this weekend. So hopefully UK guys kick their asses, and the crowd get behind you because you hear it, and it hypes everyone up and get to obviously get behind everyone. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And like I said, the show is unbelievable. So if you do get a chance, there is tickets still available, like you said. So definitely without a doubt, get there and come and watch the racing. And just the show itself, it's not all about the racing. The show itself
Exactly.
is a really, really good show.
Yeah, and of course, if you are buying tickets, we do VIP track walks where you can get there a bit earlier, meet the riders. We got the autograph sessions, all those kind of things where you can meet all the riders, etc. So, yeah, if you've never been to Arena Cross and you're watching this, go and buy some tickets off our website. And if you can't make Birmingham, then obviously we've got Belfast, Manchester, Aberdeen, and of course Wembley, your home track, round 2. And of course, a bit later on in the year, we are going to Abu Dhabi for the World Tour Finals. So, and we are actually giving away. Somebody can win a holiday to that as well off our website and throughout the tour. So that would be awesome. So hopefully, some lucky winner will have a week's holiday with us in Abu Dhabi, which would be amazing. Right, mate. I've taken up enough of your time. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Look forward to it. Without matter, then no doubt we'll be doing more media for the website and for the live stream and everything then. So there you are. There's your champ, Mr. Jack Brunell.
Thanks,
have a good
Jeff.
evening, mate. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Jeff. See you tomorrow.
There he goes. Right. As we've highlighted, yeah, we've got a lot going on. It's actually happening. It comes around pretty quickly every year, it seems. This year, even earlier, straight after Christmas. So, yes, this Saturday at the BP Pulse Arena in Birmingham, we are kicking off the Arena Cross World Tour, the inaugural World Tour. Admittedly, we're going to the Middle East just this year, but there's plans afoot for 26 to take it further afield and make it more of a world tour. But we had to start it somewhere, so we're starting it the World Tour Finals this year in Abu Dhabi, and that road to Abu Dhabi starts this Saturday, like we said, at the BP Pulse Arena, where all the international riders and the British riders also racing the ACU British Arena Cross title. The British riders can also obviously go for the World Tour. Remember, the ACU British Championship is just eligible for British-based riders and riders with a British passport. So they're the only riders that can be in the mix to win the ACU British title. But of course, all the international riders are on the gate trying to win the AX World Tour with the big prize money in Abu Dhabi. So there you go. Right, I've got to pack my bag. I'm way behind. Got my little GoPro ready to do some vlogging tomorrow, etc., etc. Busy old time hosting the show and doing a load of media. So I hope to see loads of you out at Birmingham on Saturday. Loads of familiar faces, and let's get 25 off to an absolutely rip-roaring start. Make it a real humdinger and just basically embrace the new year ahead and have a good old time. Have a bit of party time in Birmingham. So happy New Year, everybody. I'll see you this weekend and thereafter. Take care, be kind to everybody, and make it a good year, make it count. Speak to you soon. See ya.